we got 15 minutes of actually unbelievable space facts. This should be fire. I love learning about space because what the f is even up there? I ain't got a clue. Is life a simulation? Are we living in a computer? Are aliens real? Is space even real? You feel me? Shit like that. Cool to think about. So we gonna be learning about space today. Educational Jaden in the chat.
Picture this. You walk outside and watch as the moon gets bigger and bigger, tumbling towards the Earth at an astonishing speed. Here's what would really happen if the moon hit the Earth. As
Everything
the moon
blow
gets
up.
closer,
Boom.
the first thing we will notice is a dramatic shift in the tides. Coastal cities will be consumed by the oceans. Its gravity will cause our satellites to be thrown out of their orbits, rendering them completely
Wait,
useless. They'll
bro. Is that why the cities like Florida and Cali are starting to go under below sea level because the moon is getting closer and closer? Is the moon getting closer or farther from us? I think the moon's getting farther, right? I think it's slowly moving away. So then why do the states that are on the coast, like Florida and Cali, why do they go underwater? Why do they go under sea level? I ain't got a clue. Let me know in the comments if y'all know.
And volcanic eruptions every single day. And when the moon is just 11,000 miles away from the Earth's surface, it will be completely torn apart by Earth's gravity, creating a beautiful ring system similar to Saturn's.
Oh, so
Any
that shit
survivors
wouldn't
will
hit
be
us?
treated to a breathtaking view of these gorgeous rings shimmering in the sunlight. Every night will feature a bright meteor shower made of moon dust. Now, I know this sounds bad because obviously this would cause so much destruction, but I kind of wish it would happen just so we could see the ring in the sky. Now, on to the next fact.
If it didn't kill us, yeah, that shit would be fire.
In 1977, NASA launched the twin Voyager space probes, Voyager 1 and 2, into space. They were originally launched to take advantage of a rare alignment of Jupiter,
before
Uranus.
we get any further, chat, I need to know y'all's opinion on this, okay? Do you guys think that the moon landing is real or fake? I need to know. Do y'all believe it or do you not believe it? And why? If you do believe it, why do you believe it? And if you don't, why don't you believe it? Now, see, me, personally, I sway towards the fact of why the fuck was the American flag moving? Why was it moving if there is no wind and it is completely still up in outer space? But then again, you could also counter that and be like, well, it was the ship had air blowing against it or something. I don't fucking know. What do you guys think?
And Neptune, that wouldn't happen again for another 175 years. Now, on their way out of our solar system, they visited all of the outer planets, taking all of these jaw-dropping images of them and investigating their moons for the first time ever. But you see, these are actually special spacecraft. They are further away from us than anything ever produced by a human. And NASA thought about what would happen if an alien civilization found one of these spacecraft one day. And so they included
They would
a
try to
very special
communicate
message on
with
board,
us.
the Golden Record, or as I like to think of it, Earth's time capsule. One day when humanity has been extinguished like the flame of a candle, this record might be the last evidence of our existence anywhere in the universe. It
But
tells
that's
the
gonna be
story of our
so
world through
outdated.
sound,
Or does it get
images, and
updated?
science. Earth's greatest music through time, the sounds of nature. Spoken greetings in dozens of languages.
تحياتنا للأصدقاء في النجوم يا ليت يجمعنا الزمان
Shalom.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम
What the
हम ज़मीन
fuck?
के रहने वालों की
And
तरफ
this
से
is just traveling off
आपको
into nothing.
खुश आमदीद कहते हैं
Hello from the children of planet Earth.
And more than 100
Bro,
images. each
oh my
resident.
god, imagine if your voice was the one to be heard by a different life form. What? Oh my god, that shit would be fire. I don't know if I necessarily believe in aliens though. I don't know how I feel about aliens. Maybe though, you never know.
Carl Sagan and his team.
But does it
to
like
tell our
actively
story,
get
the human
updated?
story, Earth story.
Because if not, that shit is so outdated by now, probably. And you want to know the f***ing crazy thing? I'm pretty sure that at one point in time, you were able to look up and see this if you just looked up. I'm pretty sure that was a thing if you just looked up at one point in time. It was way back when, and I'm pretty sure pollution fucked it up, but bro, like I could just stare at it for days, bro. Like, it's so beautiful.
Okay, now before I show you this picture, I want you to take a deep breath because it's honestly pretty terrifying. This is a real photo of the astronaut Bruce McCandless floating 100 meters away from the space shuttle with no rope connecting him back to the ship. In 1984, he was on a mission to test this space jetpack system. So he left the ship and simply flew away into the abyss of space. Now, when he was asked about this mission, he said that the only thing that really terrified him was how cold he got as soon as he was away from the shuttle. I mean, imagine the silence. Just you, alone, in space. And what if he just drifted away? Freaky stuff.
Bro. How long would it take for you to
When black
die?
holes collide with one another, they send literal ripples throughout the fabric of space-time at the speed of light. These ripples squeeze and stretch everything in their path, similar to the ripples on a lake. Now, Einstein predicted that these ripples must exist if his theory of general relativity were to be correct. But it wasn't actually until 2015 that we finally detected one for the first time. Scientists use an instrument called the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory, or LIGO. A laser beam is split down two 4-kilometer-long arms with mirrors at the end that reflect the lasers back and forth. Now, as the gravitational wave passes through the Earth, the length of each arm is changed ever
How the
so
fuck are we
slightly,
smart
which
enough
they
to
were
come up
able
with
to
this stuff,
detect
bro?
using
That's
this
what I
method.
want to know. Like, people are so fucking crazy.
NASA's Mars rover Opportunity was one of the most successful rovers we have ever launched into space, and her last words are some of the saddest you will ever hear.
My batteries
you see,
are dying, it's
Opportunity was
getting
initially
dark or
only
something.
supposed to survive on the red planet for 90 days, but she was resilient. Using her solar panels, she was able to travel over 28 miles across the Martian surface over 14 years. Then one fateful day, as a Martian storm descended
Only
on the rover and the
28?
skies were choked of all sunlight, the solar-powered Opportunity messaged home saying, "My battery is low and
Damn,
it's
bro.
getting dark."
Yeah, I knew about that one. And what, is that shit just like staying there and it's just like sitting there? Like,
Now, of course, we all know that sunsets here on Earth have that beautiful red or pink hue. But what about on other planets? Like Mars, for example. Well, luckily, we have rovers there that can take some pictures and send them home. And this is what we see. You see, sunsets on Mars have this beautiful blue tinge to them. This happens because the
that looks
fine
sad
dust
as shit,
Mars's
bro.
surface allows the blue light to penetrate the atmosphere
that looks
slightly
depressing.
more efficiently than the other colors. Oh, also, you might notice that the sun looks quite small in these pictures, and that's of course because Mars is just further away from the sun when compared to the Earth. One day, potentially sometime soon, one of the brightest stars in our night sky will explode, and when it does, your night sky will look like this. I am of course talking about the red giant star Betelgeuse. Betelgeuse is just a silly little star who often acts weird, getting brighter and dimmer, shooting off huge amounts of its surface in the process. And new research came out just a few months ago showing that Betelgeuse is in the end stages of its life, fusing carbon in its core. If
Are
this
we
is
gonna be
true,
able to see
Betelgeuse
that,
will
though?
go boom in your lifetime. I mean, are you kidding me?
Ooh.
It will be so bright that you can even see it during the day, and it will cast a shadow at night. And yes, before you comment, Betelgeuse is actually 500 light years away, so technically it could have already exploded. This is true though. But don't freak out over it.
That shit don't make no sense. No sense at all. No sense is being made in my brain. You feel me? That was a bar. Rapper. That doesn't make sense to me, bro. What do you mean that shit could have already exploded and it's taken 500 million years to get to me? And what? What do you mean? What do you mean that shit could have already happened? How does that make any sense? Or y'all want to know another thing that freaks me out? It's a theory, but theoretically it is possible, and I'm pretty sure there is facts to base it, is that if you travel at light speed to a different planet and you stay on that different planet for that planet's 5-year span and you travel light speed back to Earth, the Earth would have aged 80 years or something like that. 70 or 80 years it aged, while you are 25. You could have left at 20 and now you're 25 coming back. All the friends that you left when you were 20, you left, and you come back, you're 25, your friends are now 90 to 100 years old. What? That's don't make no sense. And you're only 25 and you look the same, and all your friends are 90 now. Huh?
We are actually outside of the danger zone, but if we were 450 light years closer to Betelgeuse, it could all be over. Black holes are maybe the most elusive objects in the entire universe. They are extremely dense, massive objects that have such a strong gravitational attraction, not even light can escape them.
What about the conspiracy theory that we are inside of a black hole? Imagine, bro. What even is a black hole? What even is space, bro? What even is a fucking planet? This shit don't make no sense to me, but it's so fascinating.
Could contain over 100 million individual black holes, but since they emit no light, they are extremely hard to find, unless they are eaten. Supermassive black holes that live in the center of most, if not all, galaxies consume an unbelievable amount of matter, forming the brightly glowing accretion disks you would have seen in movies like Interstellar. Now, while you can't see the actual black hole itself, you can see the event horizon, the point of no return, where light is sucked inside the black hole. Now, despite how far away they are and how impossibly hard they are to find, scientists were actually able to take pictures of two using a telescope the size of the Earth. You heard that correct. When you do the math and figure out how big of a telescope you would need to take a picture of one of these guys in any detail at all, you figure out that you need a telescope the size of the entire Earth to have any success at all. Now, obviously we can't go out into space and build a telescope this size. That's just not feasible. So they got creative. By using individual telescopes placed all around the globe, you can create an array of telescopes that could theoretically image the black holes. And so they set two targets, the closest supermassive black hole to us, Sagittarius A star, and the supermassive black hole in the galaxy M87, one of the most massive black holes we know of.
Massive.
Sagittarius A star is actually our black hole that lives in the center of the Milky Way galaxy. It is just 26,000 light years away from you right now. M87, on the other hand, is located 53 million light years away. And do you want to know the crazy thing? It worked. These are real images of black holes, not animations or drawings, real photographs. Isn't that just ridiculous?
Dude.
Now, back in the year 1990, the Voyager 1 spacecraft was leaving the solar system out past Neptune. Carl Sagan actually managed to convince NASA to turn her around and take just one last image of Earth. Some people said this was just dumb and a waste of fuel, but they did it anyway. Voyager 1 was 4 billion miles away from home when it snapped this picture. That's the Earth, caught in a scattered ray of light. In his book, when writing about this image, Sagan wrote, "The Earth is the only world known so far to harbor life. Look again at that dot. That's here. That's home. That's us."
Like, bro, what? I honestly think that there is one thing that we should all do as humans is to sit back and realize that everything here seems so big and seems like it is the whole entire universe, and we look like a piece of fucking sand in space, in the universe. We're smaller than that, I'm pretty sure. What? What do you mean? You don't matter. I mean, you do, but when you really think about it, we are not that special. We are so fucking tiny, comparable to whatever the fuck is out there.
Laika, the space dog. Back in 1957, the Soviet Union was willing to do whatever it would take to win the space race. No one knew if the human body could withstand the lack of gravity, so they turned to dogs for testing. Laika was a stray dog from the streets of Moscow, and she was probably so happy thinking she finally found a home. Against her will, the scientists implanted sensors to measure her breathing and pulse, then strapped her into the rocket, knowing they were sending her to the grave. The cabin was just the size of a washing machine, and as it was launched into space, Laika was scared. Her heart rate tripled. The temperature inside rose to 40 degrees Celsius or 105 degrees Fahrenheit. And after just 6 hours, Laika's heart stopped.
Fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
Did you know that days on Earth are literally getting longer? Each year, the moon moves 1.5 inches away from us, which is a lot.
That's
if you ask
a
me.
lot.
As a
That's
result,
huge.
the Earth rotates slightly slower every single year, making our days longer. 1.4 billion years ago, a day on Earth was just 18 hours long. And in just 1 billion years, a day on Earth will be 28 hours long, meaning you can get a full night's sleep and still have 20 hours for activity.
Bro, what? How the fuck does that make sense?
In the heart of a galaxy 8.5 billion light years away lies the largest black hole ever discovered, and this thing is terrifying. Phoenix A star is the black hole, and it's 100 billion times larger than our sun. In fact, this black hole is so big that it's actually bigger than some
Dude, that's-
entire
you can't even compare that, 'cause, like,
galaxies. The diameter
have
of the event
no clue
horizon
how
for this
big
black
that
hole
is.
is 100 times the distance between the sun and Pluto. That means that if you were traveling in a spaceship at the speed of light, it would still take you 71 days to complete one full loop of the black hole. And the really scary thing,
Damn.
it's still growing.
Damn.
You know, when people say you are a star, they aren't actually lying. Every breath of air you
we
take
made up
was
of
formed in
stars.
the heart of a dying star billions of years ago. Every glass of water you drink can be traced straight back to the Big Bang. The atoms in your body are deeply connected to the cosmos. Astronomy and physics are simply how the universe gets to observe itself. You are truly made of stardust.
Bro. Nah, bro. That shit was fire. Except that fucking dog. Why did you have to tell me about the dog? That ruined the video for me, bro. That shit made me so sad. Why would you want to fucking do that? You dick. Why? It's just a little puppy. Aw. It breaks my fucking heart, bro. Alright. I hope y'all enjoyed.